Hey, what's up everyone? This is Xco of Xcogames, and this is my first showcase for my brand new game, Superhero X, a 2.5D create your own fighting game coming to the PlayStation 4. Yeah, thank you guys for coming here and checking out the first showcase of this game. Where do I start? I've been working on this game for 2 years now. It has an original fighting game engine. It's different from anything anybody's ever created. Really, it's the only 2.5D create your own fighting game of its kind. It's the only 2.5D fighting game with a free flow combo system. Like that's just pressing the punch button, you know. You just press the punch button and watch. This is me pressing the punch button over and over. So it's got a free flow combo system. It's got a create your own fighting game formula that's completely original, and it's got a 3-point evasive countering system, as well as some other unique game mechanics that I'll get into in a little bit. And this whole game is running on the brand new Unity 2018 high definition render pipeline. And yeah, I don't even know where to start, you guys. I've been working on the game for 2 years now. I actually rebuilt it like 3 times due to performance issues. I'm still dealing with some performance issues. I don't know if you guys can see a few hiccups here and there, but overall, I think the graphics have come out pretty decent, considering, you know, I'm a one-man indie developer, and this is, you know, an extremely small indie title. I think the graphics are pretty good, actually, and the gameplay is completely original. It really, I mean, I've been making video games for a long time now, for over a decade, and I've been playing fighting games my whole life, so in some ways this is a dream come true. And I have to say, I've managed to create a fighting game formula that's completely different than anything anybody's ever made before, and I can't wait for you guys to feel it. I can't wait for you to feel how smooth everything feels. It's just extremely smooth. It's just an extremely, like, it's probably, I don't think anybody's ever felt a 2.5D fighting game like this before, where the combat is so fast and so smooth and so simplistic, but at the same time, it's got a healthy amount of depth, a healthy amount of strategic opportunities, you know, especially with the countering system. So the whole premise of this game is these characters aren't actually official characters, because there are no official characters in this game. The game comes with 0 characters. It's a create your own fighting game, so you have to build your own characters. And the premise of the formula is that you basically mix and match different fighting styles. For instance, these characters are using the karate fighting style with the shotgun power-up. So you mix and match different fighting styles with different power-ups. And there are 5 fighting styles and 10 power-ups. And the way the formula works is that you multiply the number of fighting styles with the power-ups, and then that's the number of fighting variations that you can have. So if there's 5 fighting styles and 10 power-ups, that's 5 times 10. So that's 50 fighting variations that you can have inside this one game. So even though it's a small indie game, in actuality, you can make 100 original creations in this game. There's a character creation mode, and you have 100 creation slots, and you have 50 fighting variations to work with. So you can actually produce a significant amount of characters just inside this small game because of this formula that I've created. And aside from that, I'm also really, I love that it's a free flow combo system. I grew up playing like you know, I grew up playing games like Dead or Alive and Soul Calibur and Bloody Roar and Virtual Fighter and a bunch of other obscure like 3D Japanese fighting games that are no longer around, but they all had this kind of flow to them that was different than that was different than 2.5D fighters or 2D fighters. It had a different feel, a different kind of flow to the combat. So I wanted to create a 2.5D fighting game that felt like those old school 3D fighters. And I feel like I've successfully created a formula that works really, really well. It's a formula that's accessible, it's intuitive, it's organic. It's the kind of formula you can immediately jump in and play. There's one button for the punch on the PlayStation controller. It's coming to the PlayStation 4, so I guess just on the PlayStation 4 controller. On the PS4 controller, if you press the triangle button, those are your punches. If you press the kicks, if you press the circle, those are your kicks. Square is block, and then the X button is your power attack. And you have 4 power attacks per power up. So you can press power by itself, you can press forward power, you can press down power, or you can press back power. So you get 4 different power attacks per power up, and there are 10 power ups to collect in the game. Everything from, you know, obviously this first one that I'm showcasing, the shotgun power up. But there are all sorts of power-ups. There's optic lasers, there's teleportation, which I might showcase next week. There's the ability to control weather. There's all sorts of crazy power-ups to collect in this game. Yeah, it's a fairly simple, intuitive system, and I feel very strongly like I may have made a really good new fighting game formula, something that is truly new and innovative. You know, building video games these days is very accessible to me. The test of a true developer is game mechanics. Can you create cool, new, innovative game mechanics? So I really can't wait for you guys to check out the game. I can't wait for you to feel how smooth it is. The other thing that I wanted to go over was the 3-point evasive counter system. So the counter system only works when you're lightly stunned. Like for instance, see how I attacked this individual with a few punches. He was lightly stunned. If he pressed down when I was attacking him with those high punches, he would have done a counter evade. So let me show you what a counter evade, a high counter evade looks like. And all I do is press down while being lightly stunned. So this is how to evade all high attacks. You press down. Okay, ready? So that was a counter evade. So yeah, all you do is press down when you're lightly stunned, and any high attacks that come at you, you'll just duck and roll and counter evade. And so that's the whole premise behind the 3-point evasion, 3-point counter evade system. For mid attacks, all you do is press back, and he'll counter like that. And then for low attacks, all you do is press up. And the reason you press up for low attacks is because you're trying to jump counter evade. The reason you press down for high attacks is because you're trying to duck counter evade. It's different than other countering systems. So you have to think about it in a different kind of way. So for instance, if I do, right now I'll attack him by pressing punch, low kick. And then in order to counter evade that low attack, all you have to do is press up. So let me show you. Oh, okay, but the timer ran out, so let me show you. In my game, when the timer runs out, it turns into a death match, and whoever gets the last hit is the winner. Okay, so all right, so I'll do punch, low kick, right? And you see, he counter evaded just by pressing up. So, and you can also counter evade projectiles. if somebody is going punch, punch, punch on you, like punch, 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 and then takes out the gun, you can actually press down and counter evade that projectile also. So you can counter evade almost anything, only when you're lightly stunned. And that's the other thing that I'm really proud of is the countering system, because it just works so well. It's so easy to do. It's so intuitive, and it helps make sure that the game has a healthy flow. You know, this game is definitely a casual fighter, which that's another point that I wanted to talk about is the importance of casual fighting games. This game is meant to be a casual fighter, and I feel very, very strongly that I've managed to create a whole new type of fighting game that is immediately intuitive, immediately organic, immediately fun, and you have tons of strategic opportunities. You've got tons of different things that you can do, and I really just can't wait for you guys to feel how good the game feels. And the thing that's really original about it is, aside from the fact that it's the only 2.5C fighting game that has a free flow combo system, the thing that's really original about it is the fact that it's not a normal fighting game. It's a create your own fighter fighting game. So there are no pre-made characters. It's all about what you guys make. I mean, the whole premise behind the game, obviously it's called Superhero X. The whole premise behind the game is to give you guys the ability to create whatever type of superheroes you want. But really, it's to create any type of character that you guys have always imagined and fantasized and wanted to see inside a fighting game. But to give you guys a 2.5C fighting game that was a lot more accessible than anything anybody's ever created before. Nobody has ever made a 2.5C fighter that has a free flow combo system. And I've been working on this for 2 years, so I've officially ranted for too long. Let me just show you some combos and have some fun, and thank you guys for checking out the first showcase to my game. I know I'm just a small indie developer and you have a lot of choices out there, but I really have created a whole new type of fighting game engine. Something completely different than anything that's ever been made before, and graphically I think Unity 2018 HD is quite fabulous. I think the lighting and the graphics look really kind of impressive for an indie title. So anyways, thank you for checking out my game. Let me show you guys some combos. This is all punches. This is the karate fighting style. So let me just show you the punches. So you go punch, 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 and then leads into a launcher. Let me show you some other stuff. You can go punch, punch, right trigger. That's to do that low kick. Punch, punch, right trigger. You can go punch, 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 kick to do a low sweep. And that low sweep, after these low sweeps, you can follow them up with a launcher. And the launcher is usually left trigger. So if you get a low sweep in this game, like that type of low sweep, you can usually follow it up with a launcher. Let me show you. See? So, okay, and then you also have, you have back punch, you have forward punch, down punch. This is funny, this is the crotch stun. Punched him in the balls. Punched him in the balls. It's always fun. I know you're thinking this is so immature. How many times is he gonna do this? But you know what? You can do this a million times and it's always fun. Let's see. The kick, let me show you some more. Kick is just circles, so you can do, this is a simple kick combo is kick, 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 or you can do kick, kick, right trigger, kick. That's a pretty sweet combo. Let me show you that from afar. Kick, kick, right trigger, kick. You could do down kick, right trigger. Down kick, kick, right trigger, kick. Punch, punch, forward kick. This one's good if you want to like push them away and then do a projectile. The thing about this is the free flow combo system, so any one of these variations can lead to a power attack. So if you can go punch, punch, kick, power, or you can go punch, kick, punch is what I just did right there. Or you can go punch, kick, and then a power attack, which is the X button. So punch, kick, and then take out the attack. Do you know what I'm saying? So any one of these combo variations can lead to you taking out your gun and either going forward power, back power, down power. So I can do punch, kick, down power. So any one of these combo variations leads to you being able to use your power attack. And the power attack is connected to the power meter, which is right below the health meter. You can see it in blue right now. And you regain power energy just by getting melee attacks on your opponent. So it's a fairly simple system. It's a really, I don't mean to say simple like it's like there isn't depth there. I mean, it is a casual fighting game, but this game definitely has more than enough strategic opportunities to create to breed a very healthy back and forth, which is what fighting games are all about. So, but it is meant to be a casual fighting game. I mean, if I roll around to the other side, the character will automatically turn around. It's designed to be simple. It's designed to be the type of game where anybody can immediately play it and have fun and have access to instant movement. You can dash really easily. The dash system, by the way, is just anytime you're walking, whether you're walking forward or back, all you do is press either left trigger or right trigger and it'll go into a dash. If you're dashing back, you can go dash, kick, punch, and he'll do, almost all the characters have that variation, where you can dash back really quickly. This is probably a good place to the camera is zoomed out a little too far. As you can see, this is still an early version of the game. There's still some bugs and some tweaks and some stuff. I don't know, it doesn't look too bad. It doesn't look too bad with the camera zoomed out. But maybe this is a good time to pause right here and say thank you very much for taking the time to check out my very first showcase for Superhero X. I feel very strongly that I've created a very good new fighting game engine for you guys to enjoy, and it's different from anything anybody has ever made ever in the world of fighting games before. And I can't wait to show you guys more and to talk about it more and to do streams and all of that. And yeah, thank you so much. I'm horrible at PR. I'm like new to the YouTubing and I'm new to all of this, and I've spent the last 2 years behind a computer monitor building this game. I spent the last 10 years being a game developer and really just being a guy who sits in front of a computer monitor building video games. So, you know, it's difficult sometimes for indie developers to go from developer mode to PR mode. So I apologize. I don't know if I sound lame. I don't know, but I do feel very strongly that I've created a really fun game for you guys, something that's truly original. And please come back for the next showcase. I'm gonna probably show off the ninja fighting style in the next showcase and the teleportation power-up and maybe a new stage. So thank you guys so much for checking out my game, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks.